Shalom, shalom, shalom. Lord willing, this video is edifying and straight to the point. First and foremost, before I go do anything, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who been ruling well through the Spirit, teaching this word and believing this word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put on their spirit to endure. Mighty shalom to the hopeful elect, scattered four corners of the earth, in and out of congregations, teaching this word and believing this word. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put on their spirit to endure. Shalom to the wives and the single sisters, as believers of this word. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put on your spirit to pursue to be a loving and silent, virtuous wife. Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Like I said, I'm going to try to make this quick, straight to the point. Again and again, I keep going past, if y'all want to, there's a YouTube channel called The Hopeful Elect 3. If ever you want to get inspired, to do a lesson, if you want to get edified, you go watch those clips. It's just things that's going on in the world, especially in the United States. I seen last week 12 Black, Latino, it's different varieties of sisters having almost the same dream about America being destroyed. Today, I leave work, get done handling my business, get done with camp. I come home and I see a brother, and he had a dream about America being destroyed. This is brazy. The past 2 weeks, before this week started, mad females had dreams of America being destroyed. And this brother's having dreams of America being destroyed. People at my job is cleaving to the word out of nowhere. Homeless people is getting fired from my job. Elders is having faith out of nowhere. Basically, his first day coming in the truth, calling on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and his son either had a stomach flu or a bug. Called in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He went to the hospital, throwing up, prayed to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. His son wasn't sick anymore. Just to make sure, he even asked him the next following day. He comes to work and excited. He's like, yo, the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is power. I just said this name. My son don't, he not in it. But for me to pray and believe in it, my son got healed. He didn't even know. He was just throwing up, and out of nowhere, he feeling good. Didn't take no medicine. For me at work, regardless if I'm not I'm not on the other side, I'm just listening to his story. That was just a faith booster, because this is a man that just took a leap into the faith, right? So first, let me get this one. Now my mind is on so many things, but let's get this one. This is Romans. Romans chapter 10, verse 17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God, right? The faith is growing in this ministry, right? Depending on if you're hearing about prophecies, because the spirit of Yahushua is prophecies, Revelations 19 and 10. Hearing prophecies get you ready for what's to come, right? We can get in the law all day, but the schoolmaster is not going to help us with faith. You have to think of 2/3 being killed. You have to believe the work that you're doing as an ambassador for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is a preacher, a teacher of his word, right? We have to go out to the highways and byways. You have to go on social media. When you go into 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21, the Lord says that he created foolish preaching just to save the believers, So this dream, I believe, I have faith in it. Joel, actually, let me go to that one too, right before we show this little video. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. Right now, we in faith booster. We got to deal with faith boosters now, right? This is Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall have your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. Right? So let's get into this little vision right here. See what the J got to talk about.
I had a dream that, and it's hard for me to even say this stuff. I have had a dream. I had a dream that, and it's hard for me to even say this stuff. I don't even know how to feel. I got a headache right now. I had a dream that America was in a great deal of trouble. It seemed like it was some sort of judgment. And all of the countries was surrounding America, every last one. And they all had their nuclear missiles pointed at America. And everybody was just standing there staring at the missiles. Like the missiles were so close, getting ready to, hit us. And the people was like trembling, like in fear. They didn't know what to do, so they just stood there. The two countries that was leading all the other countries was China and Russia. China and Russia. And then they made a point to all the other countries that told them to shoot off their missiles. So all the missiles shot off and everything vanished. Some people survived, but majority of the population died. Now this is the dream that I have. The people that made it, that was still alive, they end up dying by the radiation, the chemicals from the missiles. And the only people that survived were the people that was chosen by the Most High. And they had like some sort of symbol or mark on their foreheads. They were covered. The chemicals, the radiation did not impact them. The impact by the missiles did not impact them. They were totally well and thriving. They were certainly covered. And I woke up. But I've been feeling like this for several days. I think like a week now. I just want to know if anybody else has been feeling like this. I don't mean to ramble. I truly want to know. I know something's going on. I haven't forgot about CERN and all the things that they're doing with that. But things are changing drastically. And just let me know in the comments.
So anybody want to know? Yeah, we are. But let's get into a few precepts, right? The first one I wanted to think about, especially for the men that's out there, through the Spirit, the Lord is counting on us to break these things down to the best of our ability, regardless if this dream is something that the Lord put on their spirit, where the Spirit of the Lord touched them and they had this prophetic vision and dream, or it's just the Lord, like through the Spirit, what one of the elders said. He said, out of nowhere, the Lord is using people to make dumb mistakes just to make a video. His brothers out here, like, we'll wake up and try to search to make a video, reading, going over your notes, and out of nowhere, you put on the TV or you put on the YouTube or social media, and boom, you got a video, right? So let's just go to this. This is, I believe it's Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 7. It says, make no tearing to turn to Yahweh, and put not all from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Right? So don't take off from the work that you was called to do. I know the Spirit is on you to do it, especially if it's men or women, like, yo, it's almost getting close to that time. If you feel it antsy, if you having little conversations about it, continue to do what you're doing, man. If you're talking to two other friends, you do a little level of the work of the Lord and giving it to the flock. Keep doing it, man. Right? You're gonna the Lord is gonna use you as a mouthpiece. Every hand is on deck, right? From the greatest teacher to the lowest teacher. His brothers out here just doing flyer duty. If the spirit really on them and they really going in that bag, they're bringing out edification, and some of it is putting the fear of God upon them, right? It was other precepts I actually wanted to get, you know, but I'm gonna read the one precept that I got on the screen on my YouTube screen. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14, and it reads, Yahweh of hosts have warned by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. Whoa, no, Salaki, I'm in the wrong chapter. Salaki, I'm in chapter 51. Salaki, forgive me. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 13 to 14. It says, because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wildly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all of her plagues. Put yourself in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, and shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against Yahweh. And if any man or any woman seen the movie 300, how those nukes is gonna come, they're gonna block out the sky like that ugly dude in the movie 300, right? The nations is not coming with arrows to destroy America. You know, even if that might sound more pleasant to hear and enjoy, but the Lord is going to make one of the harsh scenes in the world. So anybody enjoying America and you don't want to serve the Lord, you might as well just leave, because America is going to be destroyed in 60 minutes. By the time when Yahweh Shai get here, America will be finito. Just off of this man's vision, it's in the scriptures that America will be a place that no man can dwell. In past tense, a lot of our forefathers had dreams and nobody believed them, or had a prophetic message from Yahweh Shema Shai and they didn't believe it. So let's go into it. This is Genesis chapter 37, verse 5 to 11. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it to his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto him, here, I pray you this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were bidding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaf stood around about and made obstinate to my sheaf. So basically, he was saying that he was on his sheaf and his rose up and theirs went down. Basically, just talking about power or authority. Verse 8, it says, and his brethren said unto him, shalt thou indeed reign over us, or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dream, for his words, right? And when any man or woman, regardless if it's, just say if it's something that you can relate to scriptures, you want to think of it as a message from Yahweh Shema, especially if it relates to scriptures. Right, we're going to have more divine messages, but these type of messages are warnings. And half of the people in these videos most of them are not saying Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Most of them could be Christians or just some normal people having these dreams. This is not something you just wake up and just shrug your shoulder. This is something you leech onto, and you see where can you take this. Right, I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna read what you said, bro. It says, verse 9, and he dreamed yet another dream, and told it to his brethren, and said, behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obstinance to me. And 11 stars is a resemblance to Israel, right? Because it's 12 tribes. The 11th is the other tribes, right? But in that time, you got to understand that in the time he having his dream, Benjamin wasn't even yet born yet until he became governor. So he already seen the future, because if he's looking at the 11, he's the 12th, right? Verse 10, it says, and he told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him, right? His father criticized or corrected him, right? But when you really look at rebuke, it's honor. When you try to put somebody in the right alignment, if they sound like they going off, you want to correct them. So the father rebuked him. He said unto him, what is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee on the earth? And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the saying. And this is why we have to observe what our brothers and sisters are saying in certain dreams. And if the Lord put us in a position to teach this word, dissect what they're saying, and see if it can line up with scriptures and bring it out. I don't know this brother. The brother said, they shall build up, but he shall throw down. All praise to the Most High. You can't read this anywhere in the Bible that America is Babylon the Great. Stop leading the Lord's flock astray with your lack understanding. Oh no, you could definitely, right? You'll just be a video, like I said, in the scriptures, especially in the New Testament, the Lord says that a lot of these scriptures would be mysteries. When you go in, let's actually go into another one. Just because of that brother said it, that makes the lesson even better. Because when it comes to certain dreams and future prophecies, a lot of us won't believe in certain things. You're not going to hear the regular name of America in the Bible. You're just not, And when you think of the word Babylon, Babylon means confusion, right? And that's the mystery of this place, right? But it's okay, We're just like the apostles do. What I'm going to do, since he said something false, we're just going to clear it out, right? So people can understand it's certain things that are written that are not for everybody, because certain things have to be a mystery, right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 26. You could read this in the KJV. I'm going to just read it in verse 26 so we can not cut this brother, but bring out the edification and send him on his way. It says, when you have finished your work, you will make some of it public, and you will give the rest to some wise people, which are wise prophets, who will keep it secret. Tomorrow at this time, you will begin to write, right? I'm going to keep going down because I want y'all to know that the scriptures is not given to everybody, right? This is verse 35. It says, for judgment day comes after death. We will be brought back to life, and the righteous people will be made known, while what the godless have done will be exposed, right? And we got to understand, when you go to Amos 3 and 7, the secrets are revealed to the prophets, right? So you have to know, in order to understand Mystery Babylon is America, you would have to really get deep in here, let alone you have to look at the attributes. America is a place of confusion. They fit the description of Isaiah 5 and 20, right? You got brothers over here saying America is not Babylon. Then that means we have another captivity, because Babylon is the end of the last Mohegan. Babylon is supposed to be that last captivity, let alone it's supposed to be a second Rome, let alone a second Babylon. Rome was second Babylon, but after the Renaissance means rebirth, right? And Rome was built from those Europeans that fell from the Roman Empire, and they rebuilt Rome again, but it's Rome 2.0. And they didn't come and call America Rome. So it has a new name because this is a new system. Everybody can't get this, but Lord willing, that showed you just what I just read in Genesis, the 37th chapter, verse 5 to 11. Joseph had a dream. A lot of our forefathers had these dreams. Babylon was an ancient nation, but when you see in certain scriptures, it says Babylon will be destroyed it will be destroyed. Nobody can live there. But if you go across the oceans, or if you go watch videos, go look at journalists, it's people walking through the Syria in Babylon, Mesopotamia, people walking and they traveling. So how can the scriptures say Babylon is going to be destroyed, but it's people over here walking? It said nobody's going to be able to dwell in that place. So make it make sense. Jeremiah And anybody that was talking about Babylon, in most cases, it was going to that ancient point, and then it had it was like a two whammy, a threefold, a fourfold, a fivefold, but it was always going into Babylon, right? And it's a book that I have just to prove everything I'm saying, because First Thessalonians 5:21, it tells you to prove all things, and this book right here will show you that Rome is the second Babylon. And if anybody know, it's only two kingdoms that I know of, and which I have in facts, out of two empires or two kingdoms, there's only two that ever went church and state. That was Rome and America. Even though Rome has its arm reached through the seven heads that you see in Revelation, the 17th chapter, right, through the EU and NATO, right? So they got mad allies. Hold on, I've been reading this book, So here it go right here. You can go get this book for yourself. Y'all can go get this book for yourself, right? This is the two Babylon. So what is the two Babylon, right? Rome took the ideas of Babylon, right? Babylon goes into Babel, right? But when you look up the etymology for Babylon, it just means confusion. So America has the attribute of confusion. That's why they go into mystery Babylon, because this is a mystery. Let alone, what is the biggest mystery in this Babylon? The son of perdition, because 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, right? The son of perdition has to be revealed with mystery Babylon, because if the son of perdition is hidden and nobody knows him, that makes this even more a mystery, right? So that shows you that a lot of people wouldn't believe, or they would despise the men of the Lord that's teaching these things. That's why the Lord says, the mystery was hidden in the Most High, but it was in the scriptures already. It was just unlocked and only given to the wise people, right? A lot of these mysteries wasn't given to all Israel. That's why Isaiah 1:9 is plain. Everybody is not going to get this. Only a remnant is. And the Lord is going to put that spirit on the men of the Lord, not to go, hey, sister, hey, yo, brother, come hear the word. Go read Jeremiah where he was crying out loud. Go show me Isaiah. He wasn't grabbing. No, your spirit was pulling people in, especially if you moving in the spirit of the apostles. You wasn't forcing, you wasn't pulling nobody. They just taught the word. They just went where the word was at, and they was just talking. If the spirit in you, people gonna come. We don't have to pull them. That's us forcing the Lord's hand, right? We have to go bid them with our words, right? We can never physically make an Israelite come serve the Lord. That's why the Lord created foolish teaching. Let me get that. I was gonna go to Isaiah 60:14, but let's get this foolish teaching joint first, right? So this is why brothers should be giving out edification, exhortation more. It's not about debating, right? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21. It says, "For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, which is Yahushua, the world by wisdom knew him not," right? Because they didn't know of Yahushua, right? It says, "It pleased the Most High by foolishness of preaching to save them that believe." And only a few are going to believe, right? So this ministry was only for the few. So the Lord created this foolish teaching for the few. We're not out here teaching for everybody. And if you got that mindset of teaching for everybody, you got to go to 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourself. Don't be that man, Captain Save-A-Ho. We're not here to save everybody. We just like Yahushua. St. John 17:9. I pray for them that thy has given me. Right? We only doing the work for the elect, and we're going to teach this word so that the 2/3 can understand their judgment, and the nation, especially Esau, can understand their judgment. But we're here to gather the elect, right? It's just like when you use the vending machine and they got the claw. You're just trying to get a selective toy out of there. Now, if you can get two, you can get two, but you're trying to get one. In most cases, you play that game, you can never get one, right? Let's get this Isaiah chapter 60, verse 14. It says, the son also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. And I'm gonna show you a picture I got on my Facebook, right? And back then, this is what the nations was doing. You know, if they needed something, you know, they gonna be bowing down. Now I know brothers and sisters might not be able to see it on the YouTube, but I know y'all can see it. Y'all can see it, you know. Wait, let me show y'all one more time. YouTube, I don't want to be stingy with y'all. You see that? You know, this is what's gonna happen, man. You know. And I know it's a brother, Saint Nicholas, that be on Facebook. He really gets into the history, man. You know, so at the end of the day, these nations is gonna bow down to us. So it's a great, I'm not gonna lie, it's a great thing to see Jake having dreams. I can show you Edomites having dreams that America gonna be destroyed. I love hearing those things. I got that from Malachi 1:4. Khan, shoot, we gonna bring that out. That brother said, I got that from Malachi, brother. We bringing it out. He said Malachi 1:4. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's see what you talking about. You know, this is Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, because in verse 3, the Lord said he laid his mountain and his heritage to waste. We are impoverished, but we will return and rebuild the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. Yo, and that's very plain. So the Lord is going to come back and destroy again, right? But he's going to make all their inheritance desolate. You know, Esau ain't going, yo, out of all nations, Esau is a 3-time loser. You rule Greek, Rome, and America. That's another thing for the other dude to say America is not a Babylon, daughter of Babylon. You wildin'. Because Esau has to be the end of the world. So he has to be ruling. He has to be somebody in power. And America is the face of the world. And that's all them people in London, England, Britain, British, all of them over there. They rule in that place. They rule in America all the way over here. And the Lord says they're going to build, but he's going to destroy again. Esau said, you know what? We're going to rebuild the desolate places. And guess what? The same thing that happened in verse 3 is going to happen again. And you ain't going to be able to build your shit again unless master say so. You know, call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. When a kingdom start, you have to know a kingdom will fall. Only kingdom that will not fall is in Daniel chapter 7, where Yahushai is going to take the kingdom and he's going to have dominion forever and ever. And he's going to rule, right? And the elect is going to rule under his behalf, man. Let's get that. Let's not be stingy. You know, I don't like when people stingy with the scriptures, you know. This is Daniel chapter 7. And I'm going to go right to the point. Verse 18, it says, but the saints, let's start at 17. These great beasts, which can go into kings, kingdoms, or powers, which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Right? And when you go into 2nd Ezra, the 11th and 12th chapter, you got to understand those is going into the Roman Empire of how the 12 Caesars, the 7 profitable kings in Rome, and then the 10 other kings that represents the tolls, how Rome really fell, how Rome built and how Rome fell, and then that same power was still going to be greater than all the other 4, right? And it still drags on that same beast grew up from Rome and became an even more wicked power. Esau has to be in the end of the world. And the Lord is going to put that spirit on him to be more wicked in the earth. The more the wicked, the more the older the wicked, the more the world gets old, the more wicked is going to get if Esau is in power. Proverbs 29:2, right? The earth is mourning because the wicked is ruling. The earth is going to be at peace when the elect is ruling. I'm not just about to just say any Israelite. We're going to say the elect, right? Because you give any Israelite the position, they're going to be moving around like Diddy or TD Snake, take dick, nigga. You know, a regular nigga cannot be in power. This is why right now, you know how when people say they in camp, they're prospecting. The Lord is prospecting you. Is you worthy enough to be his elect? Because the kingdom we gonna get is for real men, right? So we're gonna possess the kingdom forever and ever and ever, right? And when you go to verse 26 to 27, it tells you that they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it into the ends of the earth, right? And the kingdom shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. Right? Everybody's gonna obey Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And this is amazing, man. To hear that brothers is having dreams that America is gonna be destroyed, man. You can't make this up.
Surrounding America, every last one. And they all had their nuclear missiles pointed at America. And everybody was just standing there staring at the missiles. Like the missiles were so close, getting ready to, hit us. And people was like trembling, like in fear. They didn't know what to do, so they just stood there. The two countries that was leading all the other countries was China and Russia.
And you see how that goes? It's just like the same thing that we see in Daniel. I think Rimla was using it as Iran and Russia. But when you look at how Babylon got destroyed, how it get destroyed by the Persian and Medes. And if we look at the time that we in now, look who's occupying Persian and Medes, but we can go deeper into that. But this is Daniel chapter 2, verse 1, because we want to show that in history, a lot of times where brothers have dreams, you got some people over here that don't believe it. So we go into Daniel chapter 2, and I'm reading verse 1, but when you read through it, like especially verse 9 to 11, the Chaldeans, the magicians, the astrologers, they couldn't interpret it. And they like, man, can't nobody interpret this unless the gods themselves. And you know how we in 2024, we over here boasting. We don't really need to boast. You bring out the scriptures and your knowledge boasts for you, especially if it's truth, right? And let's just read it. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 1. And in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep break from him. Now, we ain't going to keep reading this. I gave you a hint. Read Daniel chapter 2. Read the whole thing, right? But the whole point, just like the brother, he had a dream. And then at the end, he's like, man, just can somebody comment and let me know, how do you feel? What do you think about this? Right? He woke up and was confused. And the crazy thing, the brother didn't bring out no scriptures, but he did say the Most High. This is why our brothers, especially our brothers, they need scriptures, especially if you wake up from a dream like that, you want to be thinking of scriptures. A lot of us don't know what's going on in that man's mind right now. So any brother and sister that's really in this thing, man, pray for that brother that he fully come in this thing, right? So he can put the armor of the Lord around his house and around his own self, right? Nebuchadnezzar, which is not an Israelite, his spirit was troubled. So for you to see this dream, you have to hold on yourself like, damn, Jacob, trouble is coming, man. Can I help? I'm going to have faith? And the more you scared, the more you work onto it. That's just like when you catch yourself sinning. A lot of us was watching porn and then you feel bad about yourself. Some of us just say, forget it, I'm just terrible. And then you got some that actually pray and try to pray that, please, Lord, take it away. What are you going to be in that day when this chaos comes? Are you just, oh my goodness, they're gonna break up my house? Or are you gonna say, hey fam, let's get together, let's pray. Yahweh Shemal Shai, Yahweh Shemal Shai, Lord willing, the Lord cover us and don't let us run around these streets like a chicken with our head cut off. Please let us move around these streets like we got common sense. Please guide us, put the spirit upon us like you did our forefathers, right? You want to make sure you moving in the spirit in those days. That's why we want to hear these things now, so we can work on the spirit now, right? I see the brother just dropped Revelation 13th chapter. That's a good one, you know. Little glitch on the Facebook joint. You know, if something happened on the Facebook, I got the YouTube, Adargabar, ADAR space GABR 144, right? But I'm gonna read this precept. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is why the higher ups is distracting us with a Diddy, with a Usher, with a Kevin, with a Cat Williams. They run all of that. And what they do is they just promote it. Even if it is real good news, they're promoting it because the simple, you know, Esau got his, you know who's wrapped around the elite's fingers? The 2/3. They're wrapped around their fingers. And the elect, what they trying to do, they're trying to wrap so much 2/3 that it's no more. And what they trying to do, they're trying to get the wheat. Just like what you see in Matthew, some of the tares is connected to the wheat, you know, and some of these elite is trying to get the tares in the mix, right? And I'm gonna just show you this picture, and if y'all want to, y'all can screenshot it yourself. This is just to show the proof of who owns the stuff that you use on social media or TV. You know, I got Facebook over here too. All the red is the small hat, the JUEWS. If you see all the red shows the small hats. This is everything they own. The green in the picture is the Sweet Tooth, the ABC 123 Sesame Crew. The blue is the non-white. It could be East Indian, it could be Islam, and it can be African. You even got Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is a president of Nickelodeon. No, he's a chairman of Nickelodeon. You know, but all the red is the small hat JEWS. You know, the teenage mutant, the Jew Ninja Turtles, the Jujies, the Juju beings. You know, because you can't even, and it's so crazy. The wicked don't want the truth, that you got to speak in code. Brothers been speaking code since they came out their mom Karuchi saying, "What up, homie?" And you saying we can't even do a truth video and really say the truth. Brothers got to tell you, hey, yo, you got to watch what you're saying. You know, they going strike your page. It's crazy, but this is how it is. The truth has to be stopped. You know, the truth has to, right? Because they don't want the elect to wait, because the elites know if the rest of the elect wake up, it's over for them. You remember the picture of the whites getting on their knees? I just showed you. They gonna be getting on their knees. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 7. It says, the lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy city shall be laid waste without inhabitants. Right? That destroyer in that time was Nebuchadnezzar, right? But who's going to be this destroyer in this time? You know, the destroyer of the Gentiles. That's going to be Hamashiach Yahushai and his angels, man. America, the destroyer is coming. He's, you know, when they say, call Tyrone, the elect, the men of the Lord, and the daughters of Zion, they calling on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Y'all worried about Erica Badu calling Tyrone, but we calling Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And he is on his way, right? I'm telling you, better book it, schedule it, and mark it. You better get it right and get it tight. Nigga, man, what? Let's get this one. We only got a few more, and I'm going to let y'all go. I don't want to keep y'all up too late. I know a lot of y'all got got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to make, or some ramen noodles. But y'all gotta get this, man. You know, this is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 56, 55, with Jeremiah Salaki. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 55 to 56. And I'm gonna read it in the NLT. It says 55 to 56. It says, "For Yahweh is destroying Babylon. He will silence her loud voice." Right? And that's that power they have. Their power reach over the seas. You see how America is being bullies to the little countries. They not bullies to the big countries, but they trying to put their foot or their mouth or their attention in everybody else's business. Right? For Yahweh is destroying Babylon. He will silence her loud voice. Waves of enemies pound against her. The noise of battle rings through the city. And you got Putin. He want to knock America's block off. And this is another thing for Zuckerberg. I am a newscaster, right? I'm a journalist, you know, and I'm only saying this on the side because I know you, man. These other nations and whoever else is with them, you can't say nothing about the downfall of America. You have to speak in code. I'm going to do it for myself. You know what I'm saying? This place right here got too many of our women thinking they boss bitches, which you just saying you a boss dog. You know, you got women that don't want to be wives and they having kids and they saying I need a babysitter. Right? You got women hopping from men, you know, like they hop in different draws, and you got men that we just want we men. I know we want the cookie. I know we want the cookie. But at the end of the day, how can a man say you're a man, but he ain't trying to lead the woman to the kingdom, but you can only lead her to the bed? Niggas only got one destination. You know, we got teachers out here trying to be popular, trying to be, I'm the best. Or you got brothers promoting their business before they promote Yahweh Shemal Shai. A lot of us is looking for donations. We want money more. Yo, come on. Hey, oh, help me with this. Hey, I'm doing this. I need money for that. Hey. Let's first get the money. Let's first get the word of Yahweh Shemal Shai out there. Let's exalt him. Let's get in there. And then later on, we can make a new video or we make a new subject and then we get in there. Don't mix it. You know, we trying to get out of here. Niggas is trying to build. This is not Bob the Builder, right? The mindset brothers need to have is raising and building up the tabernacles of David, right? This is Amos chapter 9, verse 11. And I just keep bringing this out every day. It says, "In that the day will I raise up the tabernacles of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof." So the grace, that grace period, that door of mercy is about to close. So you better hurry up and run in there, right? It says, "And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as the days of old," right? So the Lord is building the ruin of Israel, which is the elect. Only the elect is getting saved. So the Lord is rebuilding the elect right now. This is why we need confusion in Israel. You need him teaching that, him teaching this, because even if it was straight on, niggas will still mess up. But that's why, look, this is the craziest thing too. I'm about to say something that go over your head, but I've been saying this for the past few videos. When you do research on history, right, and you look at a lot of captivities, a lot of rulers and emperors, when a nation, because it was really nations, you know, putting people in captivity most of the time, right? So when a nation puts somebody under their servitude or under their tribute, that nation, everybody that descended in that nation had servants, mother and fathers, they had servants. When the kingdom went from the poor, middle class, and up did not have servants, their kingdom was falling. Go watch the TV show Spartacus. From the lower class all the way up in Rome, they all had servants. When America first got established, outside of the Edomites that didn't like slavery, every Edomite, when America got established, all of them had servants, men and women. They had servants. about, I believe, in between the 259 years or 359 years, after that time where they try to abolish slavery or people owning slaves in that type of way, that shows that their kingdom was falling, because who helped to abolish white people? They helped, but that was all for another scheme and plan, you know. But at the end of the day, that shows that the Lord is giving you sign this place is falling. But even if this kingdom was established and it been open for like 400 to 500 years, 259 years, 359 years, what about those other years? You know what it is? The Lord is showing you how hard. It's not how hard, but we need time to rebuild the tabernacles of David. To destroy this place, we could be like Thanos. But to rebuild the children of Israel, oh yeah. You need the spirit, the mental, and the physical as a man and as a woman. What they say, in order to raise a house, you know, you need the village. I'm not old school, so I forgot how you say it, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand that we got to come out here with the spirit of edifying, you know, because only a few of us is going to get it. What the heck are we arguing out here for? We arguing thinking that we going to save an extra 1,000? No. Just teach them, the ones that know, man, this is how I know this truth is not for everybody, right? I can have family, they don't get it. But I watched this one dude, he got dressed, he a rapper, I don't know his name, Grills and all of that. This man is on No Jumper and they talking about religion. He said, I don't do religion. I ain't got no, man, my guy didn't give us a religion. He gave us a culture and a heritage, the law. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. We the real Jews. This is what he said, and I'm looking at him. He didn't say no, can't. He just said, man, and he's speaking in slang. He got his little lean cup, regardless if he's not even elect. The truth is rising, and it goes back with Amos 9:11. So any brother that the Lord is using to continue to raise up the tabernacles of David, you're doing a good job, but still keep your foot on the gas, right? Us watching videos like this, like me, most of the time I might have to rewatch these videos. After I get done with this, I'm gonna watch another video. We get more faith by hearing the word. Sometimes you can get even more faith when somebody is hearing the word come out, and it might be coming out of you, and they might bring out a precept. You're like, oh, that's a good precept. Oh, you know what? Let me write this down. And now it's like the spirit is flowing. It's the motion and the potion. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you want. The men of the Lord is craving the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai on this side, right? And that's going to be our stability. This is Jeremiah 51, Salaki, verse 64. In the NLT, it says, then say, in this same way, Babylon and her people will sink, never again to rise because of the disasters I will bring upon her. This is the end of Jeremiah's message, right? Never to rise again because of the disasters I will bring upon her. This is not talking about ancient Babylon, because if this is mystery Babylon, great Babylon, that means it risen again. No, it never got finito, because it was going to carry that spirit of Babylon was going to be carried through Rome and Rome 2.0. If the spirit is in you, you're going to get it, right? Let me get a side precept, because now I think there's a brother on here that's probably thinking of the same precept as me, right? It said, this is the verse I think I wanted. No, that's not it. It's in Proverbs. Actually, yes. Because I know it's something else. It's another one almost in Psalms, but we're going to get this one in Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 3. Lord willing, this is the actual one I wanted, though. Oh, yeah. This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 32. For the forward is abomination to Yahweh. A proud mind or a proud spirit is abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. You know, how much more you, you know? We have to be ready for the coming of the Lord. So it's always good, you know. In my past times, I got to see brothers break down certain people's dreams, and it was crazy. It was like, whoa. And you know, the brother was using scriptures. He didn't use his own emotion and feelings. He didn't say, hey, brother, that brother really went in the scriptures. And when you able to go in the scriptures and write, it's supposed to be a faith booster to be like, yo, the Lord gave us a chance to be ready before it comes. So when it comes, you not like, you more like, call a Yahweh Shemashai. You're going to take your family somewhere in the basement in a room and y'all going to go pray, because that is still going to be a crazy sight to see. Your flesh is going to be scared in a mug. That's going to be a crazy sight to see, you know? And the real men and the daughters of Zion are going to pray to Yahweh Shemal Shai, because who is our stability? Let's see if somebody put it on the comment board. Who is our stability? Right? This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 34 in the NLT to 40. It says, but the one who redeems them is strong, which is really Yahweh Shai, you know, coming in the behalf of Yahweh. His name is Yahweh of heaven's armies. He will defend them and give them rest again in Israel. But for the people of Babylon, there will be no rest. The sword of destruction will strike the Babylonians, says Yahweh. I will strike the people of Babylon, her officials and wise men, too. The sword will strike her wise counselors, and they will become fools. The sword will strike her mightiest warriors, and panic will seize them. Right? And it's Jake's out here that's acting like Babylonians. Right? It says, because you got to think, Daniel, you had Azariah, Hananiah, and Mishael. Their Hebrew names got changed to Babylonian names. So when I said it's Jake here right now that's moving like Babylonians, instead of having Babylonian names, they picked up the Babylonian customs and they don't want to put it down. So even Jake are Babylonians, right? Because they move like Gentiles. 37, it says the sword will strike her horses, which is powers. Horses just goes into powers, right? And chariots, right? Those are those vehicles that Esau will be using, regardless if it's tanks or if his jets, his fighter jets, right? And her allies from other lands. And they will all become like women. And when you go to Isaiah 19, I believe verse 14 or 15, it tells you that the Chaldeans, which is Esau today, he's going to be weaker than a woman. And a woman is a weaker vessel. He said they're going to be weaker than a woman, but you have to go in a deeper mindset. That's their power. You know, Esau is so high up. The level that they're going to be, especially when Yahweh Shai come in the role switch, they're going to be less than the women, less than the women of Israel. That's how low they're going to be, right? It says the sword will strike her treasures, and they all will be plundered. The sword will even strike her water supply, causing it to dry up. And why? Because the whole land is filled with idols, and the people are madly in love with them, right? And that goes to when you go to Hosea, and the Lord tell him to get a whore's wife. Later on, I think chapter 3, the Lord tell him to get another whore wife, you know, and the whore wife had many lovers, right? And that's what Israel is. They have many lovers, right? Different philosophies, different things that they cleave on. That's not of Yahweh Shemal Shai. 39, soon Babylon will be inhabited by desert animals and hyenas. It will be a home for owls. Never again will people live there. It will lie desolate forever, right? I will destroy it as I destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. In their neighboring towns, says Yahweh, no one will live there. No one will inhabit it. Who took the power from Babylon? The Persian and Medes. So how did they get destroyed by fire like Sodom and Gomorrah when the angels, you took the elements from out of the air, because the angels did it? They got power to mess with the elements, and they threw the fire down. So did Babylon, show me? Do anybody got it? Did Babylon get destroyed like it did Sodom and Gomorrah, where fire came down? No. No. Go read Genesis, the 19th chapter. Brimstone and fire came down on that place. And the hit was so massive that 5 providence got touched. So show in history or in the scriptures where the surrounding places or the empire of Babylon got destroyed. And it's people over here walking through that mother sucker, and Babylon is even near the area of the Euphrates. And that goes for the other Sadish brother that got on here and said Mystery Babylon is not America. Show in history that a Babylon got destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's read verse 40 again. I will destroy it as I destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah in their neighboring towns. And their neighboring towns got hit with that same fire and brimstone, says Yahweh. No one will live there. No one will inhabit it. Right? No one is going to be able to live here. And it's people walking through Assyria, Mesopotamia, and Babylon right now. Make it make sense. Right? Make that make sense. For real though. Right? This is something like, yo, this didn't even happen yet. You know? When I heard this, I'm like, damn, this didn't even happen yet. And it's still a scary sight because it didn't happen yet. This is Revelations just to show that this place is going to be destroyed, because it says no one will live there. No one will inhabit it, but animals will. Revelations chapter 18, verse 17. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. So that means these prophets and apostles are on Babylon, right? And if we look at it, the apostles didn't come into play until after Yahushua, because they were disciples learning the gospel. Make that make sense. When was the apostles in Babylon? And where was they called that? Like, where is it? So I can use that when I'm teaching the word. Where do they say in the Old Testament they were apostles in Babylon? Show me. Words are ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. Show me the men of the Lord being called apostles in Babylon, ancient Babylon. We'll wait. We can wait for that, you know. We got 2 more verses and we gonna close out. I don't want to hold y'all too long, but I see the brother, he wrote something. He said, Esau and the rest of the nation running scared, tried to colonize Mars. Reference Obadiah 1 and 4. Same reason Trump announced the Space Force. The time is near. And second of all, they said that they can go to Mars. They've been to space, but why is they building bunkers? Because they can't get to space. But Esau do have a space station. Like, they do have technology where they can go high up to a high altitude and just float. They do have technology to do that. You can see it on movies. Don't just think because they can just do it on movies that they don't got that in real life. They do. If China over here made their own sun, you know, Esau made a ballistic missile to have other nukes on it. Yes, you have to. Now, even though certain, like, the technology system is still old, is not advanced, but America didn't go to space, but they do have a space station. That's why when it says he built his nest above the stars, he didn't really go in the stars, but he tried to do it just like Nebuchadnezzar. Because what did Nebuchadnezzar? He thought he was going to be in the sky like God, you know. He did go high as hell, but you still don't even compare. So Esau went the distance. He got his joint floating in the air. Go watch The Creator. That machine that just floating in the air. It just stays in the air the whole time, but it floats through. Yes, they getting gas and oil, however they do that, but it just stays in the air the whole time. You gotta have faith. You gotta believe. Esau, this is a game to him, Monopoly. So he has to be prepared too. Revelations 12 and 12. You out your mind if you think the Lord had put it on Esau's spirit. Like if the scriptures say that Esau is going to go against the Son of God and the saints, you think this man is not preparing? Like, help me to help you. Then the Vatican, they got a laser pointing up called Lucifer. You know, you got it, man. These nations is getting ready for Yahweh Shai. You think these niggas is promoting it just like the industry, the music industry. They don't show you everything that's off the cameras because it's entertainment. So they got to show you the things that is on camera. The other things that they do off camera is to fulfill they pleasure or they devices. Right? Just like how you want to go drink and have fun, and not every time you on Facebook, sometimes you in the bar, you're like, hey, or you in the store, you taking pictures. But when that come off, everybody don't know you making love. Everybody don't know you talking to this person or that person talking to you. Shoot, you could be teaching over there and you probably didn't go record. You have to think the same of what you're doing in today's society. The rich, they doing probably even worse. What is Esau doing? You know, right? Stranger Things let you know. You know what I'm saying? Even if that's a show, you have to know the enemy has a short period of time. He's not just chilling like me and you. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14. I'm going to read KJV and the NLT. It says, I would that ye all spake with tongues, but rather that ye prophesy. For greater is he that prophesieth than he that speaketh with tongues, except he interpret, that the church may receive edifying, right? So it's better to prophesy than to speak in tongues, because even if you speak in tongues, you're going to need somebody to interpret. Not saying that that's bad or anything, but the whole point why I went to the scripture, I'm going to read it in NLT, even more plain. I wish you could all speak in tongues in different languages, but even more, I wish you could all prophesy. For prophecy is greater than speaking in tongues, unless someone interprets what you are saying, so that the whole church will be strengthened, right? Because you can be speaking in tongues and it could be prophecy, right? But really go into it, you know, it's good to prophesy to the wind, prophesy. Let's actually go to the word prophesy. Ye prophesy.
Strong's G 4395. Prophetuo. Prophetuo.
Prophetuo, prophesied to be a prophet, speak forth by the divine inspiration, right? And we understand how the Lord says the scriptures is given, through inspiration, correction, reproof, and doctrine, right? It says to predict. Prophecy is to predict. What are you predicting? The future, with the idea of foretelling the future events pertaining especially to the kingdom of the Most High. That's even more important, right? To act as a prophet, discharge the prophetic office, right? In the Strong's definition, to foretell events. What did Yahushua do? Let's see. Let's see if we can catch myself in a mistake. Let's see if we can catch ourselves in a mistake, right? When we go into the gospel, let's see something. We got a secret book over here. It's a KJV book. But the funny part is, it's not like funny, like, but it just shows you, let alone when you read it. Do I want that one? Nope, that's not it. Why is not? See, I might have to go to Luke. See, he predicts. I'm trying to give you the one where he get mad at Peter. Salaki, I am so sorry. I seen one that I wanted, but I don't want that one. Okay, here we go. This is St. Mark chapter 9, verse 30 to 32. It goes into Yahushua again foretells his death and resurrection. And that's what a prophecy is, when you predict or foretell the future, right? So verse 30, it says, and they departed thence and passed through Galilee, and he would not that any man should know it. For he taught his disciples and said unto them, the Son of Man is delivered unto the hands of men, and they shall kill him. And after that he is killed, and he shall rise the third day. But they understood not that saying, and were afraid to ask him. So Yahushua was prophesying of the future. This was a prophecy of something that was going to be fulfilled. So when you prophesy, you mostly are speaking of a divine message inspired by the Most High, and it can go into foretelling of the future events, and this is why men should be prophesying, especially when brothers like, oh, you brothers make videos every day. No brother should be, especially if you teaching right and it's edifying for the whole elect. I'm not in here for no popularity gang. Who gives a damn for that? Outside of this ministry, I am a Dagabar. But in this thing, it's all about edification, popularity, how I look, who we got, what girl. It don't matter. All of that is finito when the scriptures come out. Soon as we cut it off, we can get into other conversations. Do you watch NBA? No, they all trash, right? But at the end of the day, we have to separate Yahweh's business from this world, because a lot of us mix that, let alone Yahweh's business and our business. Money, business, clothing line, separate that. Just keep it edifying. I am not trying to be better than anybody on here, and I don't believe nobody is better than me. I do believe it's different positions in this ministry, better in different positions in this ministry. But we need to come in this thing to be edified and learn. Stay in your own lane, because I'm not you, and you damn sure not me. Seek and don't let nobody take your crown, right? But other than that, let's get these other beautiful precepts, which is going to hit. It's a wonderful thing to prophesy. My brother Sam just came in the building. Shalom, shalom, Shem Yawala. This is Matthew chapter 24, and I'm going to read verse 25 that he put on the screen. And I even put this on the screen for y'all, for anybody that don't see it, right? It says, behold, I have told you before, whereas if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man. So just like how we heard Yahushua foretell of his death, this is scriptures foretelling you that Yahushua telling you, if somebody say that I'm in the desert, don't believe them. But everybody's going to be able to see the coming of the Lord, right? Just like you see lightning shine from the east, you're going to see me. You know what I'm saying? That is very plain. And it goes back into this whole lesson. The brother had a vision of
China was like trembling, like in fear. They didn't know what to do, so they just stood there. The two countries that was leading all the other countries was China and Russia. China and Russia.
And when you think of this man over here speaking of something, but the men of the Lord got to go in the scriptures and dissect it like a frog to bring it forth to the children of Israel, to understand war is going to come, right? And the biggest threat is that bear, Russia. What did we read? Who was second after the lion? A leopard, right? I'm gonna get my brother Shem Yawala's Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. That's why you want to dissect prophecies, right? You want to put the fear of God in people, all right? But when you go into the Daniel, and the brother just say he keep bringing up Russia, right? When you look at when you look at the fourth beast, I mean the first beast was a lion, Babylon, and the second one was a bear, right? And then who followed after that? The leopard, the Persian and Medes, right? And that just all goes because Russia is really clicked. They're the face of BRIC. And when you follow through with Persian and Medes, how the apostles and the elders break that out, it's not the same of the leopard and Daniel trying to, like, another kingdom is gonna rule after Esau, except for only Jake gonna rule after this. So it's the understand of how these nations that were once at power, they're gonna come together as one. You know, they're gonna come together as one. And that's just really the BRIC. That's what BRIC Nation is doing right now. They're trying to become one power against America, right? All praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. Yahweh Shema Shai has given us this for free. You know, let's go to my brother's other precept, which is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 28. You know, Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 28. This is what it reads. It says, "But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise, if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah." Right? Let's go to. I know where my brother Sam trying to go. I got a precept for you. This is Judges chapter 10, verse 14. "Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation." So since a lot of y'all don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and you don't feel like brothers should really be worshiping Hamashiach Yahushai, maybe you should be calling to the other guys that was on the other side of Jordan, right? Because for some reason you didn't get the right memo when it came to following and serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know. And I'm gonna bring that back out too. I see the Joel 2:8, Joel 2:28. This Joel chapter 2, verse 28. "It shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh," right? Right? "Upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions," right? And I've been seeing a lot of that throughout the past week. Women and men, even OG at work, you know, and it's going to get real serious when that time really comes. But just to see how the beginning of how this whole January feel like this was the longest month out of all the months in 2023. The longest month, because days and weeks been going by fast, and it's still been going by fast. It just feels a little different. But how this year started off, for the men of the Lord, I bet them brothers is praying every day, every week. It's an event, every month it's something new. We wanted to, because all you brothers that's getting comfortable, you sisters that's comfortable, I want the Lord to come when you least expect it. A lot of brothers is too comfortable. Feet kicked up. I got the fattest thumb blunt. I got the thickest woman in the town. I'm happy for you, brother. But if you're not ready for these prophecies and you say you got kids, you don't even love them kids. You're not even trying to work hard to get your kids in the kingdom. You're not even trying to work hard to get that big-headed female you got in the kingdom. Sis, you ain't even trying to play your role so that you can get yourself in the kingdom, Lord willing, your husband. Make it make sense to me. What they say, what love got to do with it? What love got to do? These niggas ain't loving nothing. They loving completely wrong. Love is an action, but America show you it's a feeling, right? But let me get this. I'm gonna close on with this one right here, depending if another precept come. This is Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, because You went into prophecies, and this is a beautiful moment right here. This is a prophetic message. This is in the KJV. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ear of my people the words of prophecy." What's the words of prophecy? A divine message, something, a event foretold of the future, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Shemal Shai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And as a date, and if you want me to go look at, I can show you, the first book that was ever printed on the printing press was the Wycliffe Bible in 1455. So we didn't start using paper until the 1500s, 1455, if we be exact. Rome time, in the beginning of Rome, they were using parchment paper. You had stone, you had pyrex, you had clay, you had animal skin, wax, stone. You had a mad things that we wrote on until that time later on, where the Lord said, and caused them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Wow, that is so amazing. And it says, "Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." You have to know the things that we read in the scripture is the imagination that Esau has, but in the scripture is actually real. Esau, some Esau that's working some of these jobs ain't even paying attention to it. It just looked like, hey, the charagma, something, a new money scheme. But some intellectual person is digging deep in this, regardless if it is an Israelite or not an Israelite. All you have is researchers in America, always searching, trying to come to be the first for the first event, the first one to come up with something new, right? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that's the goal with that brother's dream. So anybody that's unfaithful, you faithless in this joint, Israel, you're done. If you don't have faith in this thing, I don't care if your faith got to be a mustard seed, and that's little. If your faith what kind of faith you got? If you don't got a mustard seed, you dirt stain. How the hell you don't got? Man. My faith is little than a mustard seed, bro. If your faith is lower than a mustard seed, you ain't got shit. This is Isaiah 55 verse 11. "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and shall prosper in all the thing whereto I sent it." Where did you send the word to? Hold on. Come on, Sam. Come on, man. This Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, verse 24, it says, "For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness." So it's the pureness of your heart that the Most High might even be dealing with you to understand or be really to understand his mystery. That's the Lord, man. He's sending wisdom to go through your wall. You ain't got to open up that door. Wisdom is always moving. If you think the devil has a short period of time, you think the Lord is just on break time, the Lord is working. While I'm doing this, is somebody that's really on fire for the Lord. Me, I'm not even compared. It's somebody on fire, and the Lord got this brother doing a deep, deep lesson. The Lord probably got another brother flying to the Himalayas, bringing out the word. And it's some real truth. You got brothers out in these streets, The wisdom is a moving motion. It doesn't stop, The Lord word is going to get fulfilled. Wisdom is not stopping. Yahushai is waiting. He wants to. Yahushai want to get this. Yahushai is angry. You know what I'm saying? This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. It says, let's start at 13. Let's start at 12. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." Right? The love of many is going to wax cold, and we see that increasing. It says, "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." That's why you want to hear about these disasters, because if you shall endure, But I don't want to hear of death. I don't want to hear of killing. So then what do you get out of enduring? If you don't want to hear about it, when it comes, excuse my language, you are F-U-C-K. You're gonna really be effed up. Your emotions and feelings are gonna be mobbled up because you didn't prepare yourself to believe that this can happen. You know, the Lord is gonna humble all of us. It says, in this gospel of the kingdom, in this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. You know, the number one thing where the nations is seeing you is social media or on the unicorn. You know, we go on the street, that's people in your country. I mean, we see in the gospel, he said a prophet is not even accepted in his own country. I'm in Buffalo. It's going to be, the Lord is going to have people that's not in my own city that's going to devour this message even more. That's all my faith, what I see in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So when we teach this word, we going out to the highways and byways, but we record, because I'm not traveling everywhere like Yahweh Shai, let alone we're in a place where I can reach thousands of people if the Lord put the spirit on people to even listen to me. I'm a low rank brother in this thing, you know, but it's all on the Lord. Man's going to the Lord, you know. All we got to do is make a video and post. The Lord does that. That's what the Lord says, speak to the wind. Help me to help you understand that. If He telling you to speak to the wind, when you really look at it, you really speaking to the wind. And your word just left. Where is it going? That's where you know Isaiah 55. How my thoughts is way above your pay rate. Your words can flow. And we just said wisdom is a moving motion. The Lord will send that joint somewhere. And guess what? It's the words out your mouth, but it's going to hit them in the head. And anybody, yo, let me go through Facebook. You know what? Let me go on YouTube. Oh, snap. Wait, that look like Buffalo. Boom. That's how the Lord worked. Do we got one more? I think that is it. You know, these are the times. Oh, yeah, let me get this last one. We're going to close, right? Because he talking about disaster, right? And if brothers and sisters, if of course, if we believe, we need to get a head start and call on the Lord now. You know, like when you want to book a hotel or a flight, you book ahead of time. Everybody book your position. Go pray to Yahweh Shema Shai and ask him to reserve your position. But please ask the Lord to move you in his ways. Because what sense does that make? Lord, preserve my position and still do you. How that makes sense? So ask the Lord, preserve your position, but please, Lord, change me. Help me to think better. Help me with a clear mind. Help me with a better mind. Help me to please you. Let me be a pleaser of you and not a pleaser, a lover of pleasure. You know? Where we going? We going to Sirach chapter 1, verse 10. Look at the generation of old and see, did not ever any trust in Yahweh and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Right? Call on Yahweh Shema Shai while you have a chance now, because you can reserve your position. The Lord might get you up. Like tomorrow, you got a new pep on your step. Now you're reading chapters, you know. Next week, you more on fire. Week after that, man, call on Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why verse 12, verse 13, 14. Woe be to fearful hearts, faint hands, and sinners that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted. For he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will ye do when Yahweh Shema Shai shall visit you? Right? Woe unto you that lost patience. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted. For he believeth not, therefore he shall not be defended. It's over. That gate is taken off the ground. Now niggas can just walk right on your lawn. You're done. You know, anybody that's not serious for Yahweh Shema Shai through the Spirit, you've been marked. There's nothing I can do. None of the only thing, you, Lord willing, if we got another day in this place and another day after that, you still have a chance by the grace of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I can't make you. What you gonna do? And I know everybody like, yo, Yahushua taking long. Guess what? Nigga, you been taking long. 14 captivities. Come on, man. Man, it's your brother Dagabar, man. I don't want to keep it long, man. I wanted to keep it right where it was, man. With that, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Yahweh speed to all the brothers and sisters. Lord willing, he can continue to keep you in his faith. Lord willing, you can double up. And with that, Shalom.